The brakes ain't worth the do-diddly darn though. Gotta pump them and just pray they stop. Just slow you down enough to get you where you're going. You're good. Oh, pump the brakes, pump the brakes. Pump them up. Come on, baby, slow down. Oh my God, come on, stop, stop. Whoo! I thought I was going to meet my neighbors. Hey guys. I ain't done a video in a while and I apologize for that. I've been working. This old truck belongs to one of my friends from elementary school. He's bought this thing. It's just been sitting around, and he hollered at me one day, see if I come help him get it running, or get it running better. He had it running, but it was flooding out real bad. So I went up there and decided the timing was too slow and that needed a carburetor, so I stuck a carburetor on it. And I tried to advance the timing a little bit, but I couldn't because the distributor was froze up in the block. And what I noticed when I had the distributor cap and stuff off is, and I was turning the motor back and forth, I noticed that the rotor button wasn't turning. I was turning the motor quite a bit, and the rotor button was just sitting still. So I knew it was fixing to have a timing chain in it. So I put that off the back of my head, back of my mind. I told him we need to put a timing chain in it whenever I tore it down anyway. And I had it running good. I put this new HEI distributor in it, like a Chevrolet style. My dad has come over here and wrote that on it. My dad is strictly, if you got a Ford, put Ford stuff in it. But anyway, so I put the distributor in it, took the brain box and stuff off, wired it up, put this carburetor on it, fired up, was running good. Couldn't really set the timing right. It was bouncing around, and I know it was on account of the timing chain. And turned it off, cranked it back up, running good. Then all of a sudden it just died. I was actually gonna back it up and move it out of front of my shop, just blocking the shop, and it had just died. Won't do nothing. So I pulled the radiator or the distributor cap off, spun the motor, and sure enough, rotor button no turning anymore. So pulled the distributor out, checked the gear. Gear looks good. You know, got to check everything. The gear's good. And another thing, I like not never got the old distributor out. It was a pain in the butt. I broke it getting it out. I had to take and heat it, and take an air chisel to it, and just kept working it back and forth, and prizing up on the same time. Well, it eventually broke. But I got it out. So now I'm in the process of pulling the harmonic bouncer off of it. And then we're going to see the big reveal, because I'm pretty sure that the timing chain is probably laying in the oil pan. At least that's what I'm hoping. I know the front of the crankshaft ain't broke off because all the pulleys would still turn. So it wasn't that. It looks like he's going to need a radiator too, because this one's rotten. But baby steps. This old truck obviously needed the timing chain in it anyway. It just sucks that it happened. Well, I guess it's a good thing it happened over here, because anybody else around here wouldn't have fooled with it. Or they would have took it on and it would sit around for months and months or years at a time. But I don't normally do mechanic work for people. But like I said, he's a friend. I don't care helping. It's nice to do something different every once in a while, like doing mechanic work. Alright, we got that bad boy off. My grandpa made that puller right there. I use it on steering wheels, harmonic bouncers. I use it as a dolly. He made that before I was born. Made it when my daddy was a little boy. Probably before he was born, I don't know. Alright, big reveal, guys. Let's just see. I know my video is going to be a little blurry. And I did take a vacuum cleaner this thing and sucked what I could off. And I'm sure it's going to drop something in it. I'm assuming that it just, I don't think it has no bolts in the bottom. I don't mess with a lot of modified 400s. Well, it did something. I'm assuming it's just got a seal on the bottom. No bolts. You're probably supposed to take the darn oil pan loose, but I ain't doing that. Let's see here. Big reveal. Oh, yeah. Chain is broke. I'll probably have to take a magnet and fish it around in an oil pan and try to find whatever's going on. Whatever's fell down at the bottom. But yeah, y'all can see it. Man, it's even got a tooth broke off the crankshaft sprocket. Man, what happened? I bet it was trying to jump and it just broke. I bet that's what happened. I bet it was trying to jump time and it just broke everything. Man, that sucks. Anyway, I got a new timing set. I'll get her stuck on and get it put back together and fire it up, make y'all hear it run. Well, I've been fishing around in the oil pan with this magnet right here, trying not to have to pull the oil pan off, because let's see how many teeth we got off. We've got one tooth off the big sprocket. We've got 1, 2, 3 teeth off the little sprocket, and the chain doesn't appear to have, I mean, it's broke. I just stuck it back together just to see if there was any pieces missing from it, and it's just like it stretched and broke. So I'm missing, well, I got 1 tooth and half of another one, so I got at least 2 teeth, 2.5 teeth still in the pan. So I'm gonna have to pull the oil pan off. I don't want to, but I've been fishing around in there for at least an hour with the magnet, and I just can't find the other teeth. And I'm afraid that smaller particles of metal might go through the strainer and lock the oil pump up. And when it does that, it breaks the oil pump shaft, the drive shaft on the oil pump. And when you do that, you lose your oil pressure. And if he's driving it, he doesn't realize it. He's always to grenade his engine and not know it. So I'm going to do the right thing and just drop the oil pan. Since this is a 4-wheel drive, it doesn't have a cross member. It's just got a straight axle. So it shouldn't be too hard to drop the pan on this truck. I'm all clean. I don't really care about getting dirty today, but it looks like I'm going to have to do it. Well, I've been fighting with the dipstick. It's made onto the oil pan, and instead of it having like a little slot made in this, where you can just loosen the nut up and then slide this up over it, it doesn't have no slot. One of Ford's better ideas. And this nut, this bolt that they've got bolted in here for the exhaust manifold, the shoulder on it is so narrow that I had to grind a wrench down just to fit between the dipstick bracket and the manifold. I mean, how did Ford expect people to work on this? I'm a Ford person, but I don't like the way that's set up. So now I finally got the oil pan ready to come off. At least I hope I do. It should be hanging. Ugh. This thing has been a pain in the rear end. Oil pan probably won't come off because I can't get that tube out. And the starter wire is... Everything about this thing looks... Well, the starter looks like it's... Oh my God. Every time I look at something, I see something wrong. So you can see the starter wire. So it looks like dookie. The exhaust ain't even attached. I mean, this is the... Well, this is the clamp there that holds the exhaust on this side, and there's the one that holds it on that side, and it ain't attached neither. And it's been that way for a long time. And to be honest with you, the old truck didn't sound like it had no exhaust leaks. So yeah, I don't know. That's a new one. But I got to try to figure out how I'm gonna get this stupid. Oh, how in the world am I gonna get this oil pan down, guys? I don't know what's holding it. Oh. This truck has been a pain in the hind end. It's been rebuilt. I see marks on the rods. See where somebody took a punch to the rods? That's because somebody, whoever don't know how to build engines, that's what they do. They put marks on the rods because they don't know what the crap they're doing. So they numbered them. So they go back in the same hole, I guess. Oh, God. It's probably a darn good thing the exhaust ain't bolted up, because I'm probably fixing to have to cut out the sawzall. Well, it's loose. It just ain't out. I'm gonna have to go get a sawzall, I guess, and cut the exhaust loose somewhere. Get it out from under this truck. Man. Simple job has turned into a 2 or 3 day job. I'll return. Alright. Plan B. I can't get the oil pan off the way I'd want to. I'd have to cut the exhaust. Then it would probably come out. But I got it dropped down enough now, and the oil pan gasket didn't break. It looks good. And I can see all the broken material in there now. See all that stuff? All that stuff was hiding under the oil pump. That's why I couldn't get it with a magnet. So now I can probably fish all that out with a magnet now. And go down in the deep part of the sump and get it out with a magnet. And probably just pour some diesel down in this pan and keep washing it out. Stick it back together, it should be good. Let's cross our fingers and our toes, that works. On the little dent side, old John Henry must have put this bolt in it. Hold your belt tight, the tension. Anyway, I had to weld a washer on it and a nut. Say a little prayer, and it actually came out. But it broke off as soon as I tried taking the alternator off when I was turning the truck down. It just broke it right off. God, these things are awkward. Can't hold it. It's coming out though. We're gonna get it on the truck and I get some oil and some coolant in it, and it'll be ready to light off again, hopefully. As long as I got the timing back in the right spot. I hope I did. I got all the chunks out of the oil pan, wiped it out good, got it back up on there. Thing's still hot, 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 hot. Okay, let's get this thing back together. And as you can see, it's back together except for the alternator. So I'll get this alternator thrown back on. And, we'll get some oil and fire it up. I'll return. I got it all back together, guys. I just put some antifreeze in it and put 6 quarts of 1040 in it. Now I'm putting some STP oil treatment in it. I like this stuff. I put it in all my older vehicles. And of course this truck don't belong to me, but still I want the last from my buddy. Seems to run pretty good. At least it did. I fired it back up a while ago before I put the antifreeze in it, and it fired right off. It lit right off. Should have got it on camera for you guys, but I didn't. Timing was a little bit slow, but it did. It just fired right up. I advanced the timing a little bit, and she started purring like a kitten again. So stuff like molasses. Alright. I don't think that'll completely put herself on full, but she gets pretty close anyway. Before, his PCV wasn't hooked up. His vacuum advance wasn't hooked up properly. And the 2 tubes that come out of the intake for the choke, they weren't hooked up neither. One of them's broke off. So I got one of them hooked back up. It may work, may not, I don't know. I think we're ready to light it off again. I need to take it up to the house and top it off with some water. Look at that. Thing fires up like fuel injection, boys. And that is a Amazon carburetor. I did have to monkey with it a little bit because they had it like 5.5 turns out. I mean the idle mixture screws was about to fall off. So I did have to play with that a little bit. But it does, it runs pretty good. We'll take it up to the house and put a little water in it. Maybe I'll make it up to the house this time. Maybe it won't break another time chain. Oh my god. Hey, the power steering works. These things are running pretty good. Brakes ain't very good. It didn't die, that's a good thing. Hope my kids ain't got nothing parked behind me. If they do, it's getting run over. From a little Fox body I picked up. Now me and my son match. He's got one, I got one. Here's a 4-ride. Mine's 92. Let's go. There's my little bump side. That's a good daily driver right there. Let's see if we gotta put a little water in this bad boy. Should be good to go back home. He's gonna take the muffler shop. So, like I said, the exhaust ain't even hooked up to the manifolds. I could do it, but I ain't gonna do it because the studs are really bad rusty. And I don't care nothing about breaking them off. Oh yeah, she's thirsty. I'm gonna put y'all guys down a little bit and I'll be right back. Alright. First test drive since putting it back together. Seems to be running pretty good right now. Got good oil pressure for an older truck, and it's not getting hot or nothing, so brakes still aren't really good. It does stop though. It's just they're close to the bottom. I think only the front brakes are working. I don't think the back brakes are doing anything. Pretty good. Won't know till we get out on the open road though. Man, I about forgot what it's like driving one of these old trucks. My little white bump side, it's I'm driving a Cadillac compared to this thing. Been doing pretty good. We're cruising at about 40. Got all the common rattles and snaps and pops. No decision. I'm going to slow this puppy down. I about forgot the brakes don't work too good. Back on the road again. I'm gonna take you to the gas station and put some gas in it because I don't think you'll get home if I don't put no gas in it. Plus, I kind of just want to drive it and see how it's going to do. It seems to be doing pretty good other than the brakes. But baby steps, right? We just cruising. I just stuck $10 in it. Oh, that one about 2.5 gallons. He said he didn't think the fuel gauge worked, but when I put gas in it, the fuel gauge didn't move. I think it really was just about out of gas. At least it seems like it moved. It's still on empty, but it has moved about a 1/8 of an inch up from empty, so 2.5 gallons probably do that. Well, we cruising. I think it's a 78 F1. What's it called? It's F150 now, isn't it? 78 there, F150. It's not F100, so 78 F150 4-wheel drive, short bed, modified 400 C6 transmission, and it's geared super duper low. Fastest I can get it up to is about 60, and that's she's singing at 60. The oil pressure seems okay while you're driving it. When you get back down to idle, it drops off a little bit, but it's good. Temperature don't get no hotter than that right there. That's probably about 150, 160, so that's good. Seems like she's okay. The brakes ain't worth the do-diddly darn though. Gotta pump them and just pray they stop. Slow you down enough to get you where you're going. I'm gonna see if I can get my dad to help me bleed these brakes on the front. And while I was at the gas station, I crawled out and looked, and I think I figured out where the back brake line is blowed out, so I may try to fix that for him while I got it at the shop. He was talking about going through the whole entire brake system, so he may just do it himself. So truck's kind of fun though. I've kind of gotten used to all the play in the steering and the exhaust leaks, and she's a little loose. Like I said, we're in 3rd gear right now and it's singing. The truck does pretty good. Oh, pump the brakes, pump the brakes. Pump them up. Come on, baby, slow down. Oh my God, come on, stop, stop. Whoo! I thought I was going to have to meet my neighbors. This thing don't go 15 feet, it's already in 3rd gear. It's geared low. I guess that's gonna do it for this video, guys. The old truck seems to be doing pretty good. I'm tickled with it. I'm sure he will be too. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you don't care, and thank you for watching.